All right, let's talk about leg drive in the bench. So we focus first on bench on tension and bar path, and then we want to start to incorporate your legs. So the benefit of the powerlifting style bench with the arch is that you can use your full body to move the bar, but that means you also need to learn how to use them to make it happen. So we're going to talk first about what the leg drive kind of should look like in terms of direction, and then how to put it all together. So in terms of direction, the best way to think about it is to think about pushing your toes through the top of your shoes. So you want to be pushing like you're going to push yourself off the back of the bench, like this. But I'm going to have weight in my hand, so that's not going to happen. So typically what people think about when they're using leg drive is driving through their heels and up, and this results in the hips coming up off the bench. So this is one, it's not ideal for power transfer because ultimately I don't want the weight to go, or the power to go there, I want it to go back into the bar. But also if you're competing, your butt can't come off the bench. So we want to make sure that we're not driving up, that we're driving back. So what that looks like with the bar is going to be, because I'm set up with weight in my hand, and my shoulders are packed down, so all the things you already know about benching. Packed shoulders, good tight arch, and I should be able to feel tension from my shoulders through my back, all the way through my glutes, down my legs, and into my heels. If you're not feeling connection between your heels and your back and your shoulders, tighten it up. So you can either bring your feet a little wider or maybe back a little further toward your shoulders. This should be an uncomfortably tight position. So once I'm in that uncomfortably tight position, I'm going to unrack the bar, come down to my chest, and then I'm driving my toes through the front of my shoes to push up and back on the bar. Control on the way down, and drive. Control, and drive. So even though I'm pushing with my legs and I'm pushing back this way, because my shoulders are packed down and there's weight overhead, when I push back, my body doesn't actually move. What actually happens is that the power is going to go through the ground and then through my legs, through my back, and up into the bar so I can push up and back. Again, what typically tends to happen if you're thinking about pushing through the heels and pushing up is that same thing, same setup, everything else is the same, bring the bar down, and then I pop up this way. And you see this like, oh, my butt comes up off the bench. I'm using my legs here, but not in a productive way, as opposed to up and back, which is more productive, and I'm going to keep my butt down at the same time. So the cue that I typically use is that toes through the front of your shoes to push your power and your drive back towards the bar, and then essentially like once it gets to your shoulders, you're going to use that drive to pop the bar off your chest. So basics of just a kind of different cueing of thinking about how we're using leg drive in the bench and what direction we want that power to go, what we want our hips to be doing as we're benching, and using our full body to move the weight. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below, and we'll be happy to help out.